Hello everyone and welcome back to F1 2019, our HAAS F1 team career mode, and today we are here at Spain or Barcelona for the next race in this 21 race season of F1 2019. So we have been doing really good so far. Last race we've qualified P4, so hopefully we can get at least a podium or our first win here in Spain, because Spain is really a difficult track to get through. Not difficult in the sense it's hard, but difficult as in what's going to happen. Anything can happen at Spain. So we just hope for the best. I know I'm pre-voicing this, but I did this race 4 times because I ran out of fuel. Not thinking about it, but we do get our chassis upgrade, but definitely not. We do get our durability upgrade, but not our chassis upgrade, I don't think. So it's going to be a bit difficult for us. But let's get on to practice and maybe qualifying. So we finished practice, and let's get on to qualifying.
Qualifying's about to kick off any moment here at the Circuit Barcelona Catalunya. No doubt that today will be full of action on the track. This is a track that tends to ask quite a lot of the tyres, both front and rear. So is it fair to say a great deal of management will be needed in order to do well here?
Tyre wear is always something you have to consider to a certain degree. Finding a good car balance that suits the circuit will help prolong the life of the tyre, but it's true that some circuits, such as this one, are more challenging than others. How hard you can push them depends on your strategy and how tight the battle is around you.
So we don't get any systems faults or fuel faults, and that doesn't cost us our qualifying race and costs us time, but we do we do really good. But here's the thing in my problem. So I run on our first set of soft compound tires to try to set a good fast lap, and on this lap I set a nice, I believe, P11 starting position, and we continue on and we finish P11 in qualifying, which really sucks because I didn't realize it until during the beginning of the race that I used all 3 sets of soft compound tires. So I couldn't start on a fresh set of tires. That cost a bunch of stuff, so we won't see my strategy until the beginning of the race here in Barcelona. But we are still losing the rivalry to Roma and Grosjean, but we do get a good amount of research points, 539 exact, but we also increase our reputation with both Alfa Romeo and Ferrari, which we really want to do if we want to be in a Ferrari seat in 2 seasons' time. So we start this race on P11 on soft compound tires, and there's 5 red lights, and away we go. So we get a good start, and you can already see how bad my tires are wearing at the moment, and it's just absolutely horrendous. I have to pit on lap 5, which could be a good or bad thing. So I'm on a 2-stop strategy. Oh yikes! That never happened. Don't look at it. But we go into the first turn. Jesus, this was a really bad race for me, just in the beginning at least, because I want to make up as many positions as I possibly can. So it cost me a lot. I'm just keeping this in there just to show you how many times I had to take this first corner, because I wanted to try to make up as many positions as I possibly can. So even that time I was way too hard on it, and I guess I didn't realize that all that stuff was still there. So it really sucks for me. Anyway, this is the proper first corner that I did really well, but I get spun. So it was a bunch of flashbacks. That's all I gotta say. In the beginning of the race, at least. On lap 1 was a bunch of flashbacks, but we continue on lap 4. Nothing really happened race-wise. It was really uneventful. So we pit in on lap 5. We do get held up, or no, this wasn't the lap we get held up. We get held up another lap. But I cut a lot of stuff out. A lot of the recording was lost for some reason. I guess it was corrupted. So I really had to roll what I could. I wish I could have made this video a bit longer, but because of all the corruption of some save files, and I can't come back to the race and redo qualifying and whatnot, so I had to stick with what I got, and it really sucks. So anyway, we come out of the pits on medium compound tires, trying to catch up to Giovinazzi, and I believe it was Kimi. No, it was Giovinazzi and Kimi Räikkönen. Oh, it's Kubica. Yeah, it was Kubica. No, Leclerc. I am. Ooh. But no. Oh yeah, Kubica is right in front of Leclerc. Yeah. So I try to catch up to. I do get a lot of understeer on that corner, but I do try to catch up to him after the overtake of Giovinazzi. I'm trying to keep it, but I'm in DRS range to Charles by just a couple of tenths of a second. But I do get a good run onto this corner because of Kubica and Charles really going side by side in this corner. But I'm trying to ease my way between Kubica. He makes me lose all my momentum I have in that next corner, which really sucks for me because, well, I don't have it. But at that point, I did dive on Kubica, and that caused me to not be able to turn through that fast or slow chicane, so I had to cut the corner. But anyway, up to lap 8, I'm taking as much grass as I possibly can to get past Charles Leclerc and Kimi Räikkönen. Kimi Räikkönen's actually quite a ways up here, so I had to really work hard for this position just to catch up to Charles. But at least Charles was right on Kimi's tail, so I could get up to him. But I believe during this race I do get a couple of faults from my gearbox. As I believe you guys could see that my gearbox was worn pretty bad, so I missed during this race. I was missing gears. I believe I missed fourth gear. Fourth gear was lost for a bit. I believe sixth gear was. But we're coming up to lap 10, and Daniel Kvyat, I overtake him on the main straight. Main straight is where I do a lot of my overtaking and defending. A lot of the Mercedes and Ferraris are pretty fast on this main straight, so I had to really work hard for it. But on lap 14, people are starting to pit. I'm catching up to Lando Norris, which is currently in P10 with Carlos Sainz right in front of him, or some ways up the way. But no, I think I passed Carlos Sainz a bit ago. But it's up to Hamilton and Valtteri. Valtteri is, I believe, P2, Hamilton or P1, and Hamilton's P2. So I'm running in rich revs, which is not good because I believe at this moment in time I'm still, or it could have been beforehand, but I was running in the red and I didn't have that much fuel. So I tried to work really hard for that. But it was lap 15 out of 33, so I had a long way to go. Honestly, this was like an hour, almost 2 hour race. I think it was 2 hours and 30 minutes. No, that would have been 100%. But it was a long race, nevertheless. So we continue. I do get a bit of gravel, so I'm kind of losing time to Hamilton just because I'm pushing so hard and making mistakes. That's what you never want to do. You don't want to push that hard to make mistakes. So all I'm trying to do is try to catch Lewis Hamilton, trying to come up to this near the end of lap 16. I am kind of, I believe it was like second in 1/10 of a second, or 1.1 seconds. But I kept catching him on lap 16. I am literally on his tail. I'm glad I have corner cutting stuff, so it's kind of like leaning on that because trust me, I've cut so many corners. But I'm catching up to Lewis Hamilton. I have DRS coming up to the main straight up into turn 1. Lewis Hamilton tries to defend, but he defends, but I try to do a switchback, so he comes up to defend, but I take him on the outside, which leads me to the inside up to the next turn, which gives me a good run and makes me continue on. But I believe Lewis Hamilton tries to overtake me because I run way too wide, and you're already seeing my tires are already at 49%, so I have to really pit in, I believe in a couple laps time, because I need to get another one, another set of medium compound tires, because my tires cannot last on this race. So eventually on lap 17, nothing much really happens still. I'm still trying to defend from Lewis Hamilton, and it's not going so well, but I'm still trying to catch up to Valtteri Bottas, which is working pretty extraordinary for me while I'm trying to defend. But I'm getting a green second sector in comparison to the red first sector, so I'm trying to get some pace from these tires while I'm trying to take the fight to Valtteri. I love Valtteri, but I just have to do it to him. He's currently second in the championship standings, and I believe Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton's way down there, so I believe it's good. I hope Valtteri in real life takes a championship, his first one with Mercedes, but only time will tell. Anyway, up in lap 18, Lewis Hamilton tries to make a move on me. He hits my front tire. I'm surprised I didn't launch him, but it's being really aggressive, so I just hold him off. Up into lap 19, I'm coming in for a pit stop for medium compound tires, and I believe, oh yeah, I was really just running on rims at that point. But I get held, no, it was another time I got held up. But I come out, or Hamilton still behind me with Charles, but Valtteri does overtake me, but I'm still in P2, which I do have the faster set of tires, which is a great advantage to me in specifics, but it's bad for Valtteri because he's running on, I believe, the hards, if I can see that right. I believe, yeah, he's running on the hards, and I'm running on mediums, and I am on fresher mediums. You can already see I'm running a fastest lap on multiple occasions, and I'm just trying to catch him. I do a switchback move up into this next turn, same thing I did on Lewis Hamilton, but he still does get the good run with me, but I take a ton of curb. I still keep two wheels on the ground. But on to lap 33, I come home and take my first victory here in Barcelona.
Fantastic. It's a brilliant result. Well done. Brilliant stuff from HAAS today. What a superb victory. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, Crofty, this was won through an abundance of speed and an abundance of skillful overtakes. Inside, outside, cutting underneath, we saw it all today. And it's really nice to see a Grand Prix won in that manner. A race, surely, that will satisfy the purists today, I think.
There aren't many teams, you know, as they come out onto the podium now, who could do what HAAS have managed to accomplish here. It's hard to believe just how competitive they've already become. An amazing victory. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Charles Leclerc, currently leading the championship standings, extends his lead even further with this result. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Daniel Ricciardo certainly impressed me today, an incredible performance.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari continued to extend the gap at the top of the table. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. Well, looks like your luck has changed. Things went a lot better than last weekend, didn't they? There was quite a lot of contact today, wasn't there? Great. Well, that's everything.
I would say that was a great victory by us in the team, and I get pretty much all greens, and I'm getting, but me and Grosjean are currently tied for rivalry standings and points, so it's not really so good. But I do get a lot of resource points from the thing, so I now have almost 1,000. I do definitely get a bump up with Ferrari, which is really good because I want to be with them for season 3 if they're still interested in me and still has a seat available if nothing goes wrong. But yeah, they have a couple of championship or little events that I can attend, but my chassis upgrade didn't come through, so I try to redo that again. I don't have any points for really anything else, so I want to put something on. I think I put it on the gearbox, if I'm correct. No, I put it on the ICE. So thank you guys all so much for watching up to this point of the video. I ask you to please like and subscribe, and please share it. I want to continue on this F1 2019 series and just kind of show you how the career mode is. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys all in the next video.